right. Welcome to the new show on Lines of Liberty. That's our intro. We've got Odie and Brian here. What's up, Brian?
Not much. Living the dream life. Worried about my kids being inoculated with mRNA vaccines, which I think the CDC just finalized the vote on minutes ago.
Yeah, we have to at least talk about that. I'm seeing a couple different things. So people are coming out. Tucker had a segment on this before they even voted on it, 15-0, saying that most of the time what happens is, the CDC recommends what vaccines go into the schedule, and then states pick it up exactly and implement it.
Right.
There's people on the left who say, no, that's not what happens. What happens, it's a recommendation, and this is only there to make sure that the poor children are able to get free vaccines. The only reason the CDC is doing this is so poor children can get free vaccines. Which doesn't make any freaking sense at all.
No. It's just nothing about the inclusion of the COVID-19 vaccine in any way makes sense. If it regards to poor children, rich children, rich children, Baron fucking Trump, I don't care who it is. The fact remains that you don't need an mRNA vaccine for COVID viruses for kids because it doesn't affect kids in any meaningful way except to, ruin their hearts.
So, yeah. And kids, every kid has had COVID already. Every single one. Right. All of them. It's like vaccinating all kids for chickenpox who've all already had chickenpox. Doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
It's
no, exactly right, man. It makes fundamentally no fucking sense. I was talking to some people on Twitter. Fabian Liberty had tweeted out, he's like, this is just so they can cover their asses moving forward in perpetuity from lawsuits, right? Because now it's on the vaccine schedule. The federal government protects, anything on the vaccine schedule as extra protection from lawsuits. So that's one theory that I could definitely buy into. That this is just protecting big pharma.
I mean, that definitely might be the case. I mean, it's crazy to think about because I know a lot of parents who they themselves got vaccinated. And they're, kind of like in favor of like adults getting vaccinated and whatnot. But they draw a line. We're not vaccinating our kids. I mean, and also I know a lot of people like myself who have not been vaccinated. And like, there's no way in heck I'm vaccinating my kid. I mean, I'll go to war before that happens. Like that's not happening. So
that is a 100%. I mean, that is the line in the sand for me as well. And same thing. I was talking to some people here in Los Angeles. Same thing. They were they're like, we were the first people lined up to get the vaccine, and this is a super leftist community out here in Los Angeles. I was at a public event, or not a public event, it was like a gala event, and the chick who had put it all together was telling me, like, we both got our vaccines. She's getting headaches. Her husband had confirmed heart problems. Again, Guy under 40, confirmed heart problems from it for the rest of his life. Has to take pills every single day. Wow. And she's like, there's no way. She's like, I'm not shooting my kids up with this shit. And I'm not shooting my kid up. I don't, I'll protest. I'll take him out of school. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm not doing it. Period. Mm-hmm. And to your point, and some other people's points, like, it's not even an issue. I will go protest, but yeah, it's probably beyond protest. It's got to be a campaign issue. And the timing of this is so bad for Democrats because anybody that's intelligent is going to run against Democrats and against the CDC because the Dems have been pushing this shit all the way and be like, we're not doing it. Absolutely not. First thing, if I get in office, we're working together. We're taking it off the schedule. We don't give a damn what the CDC says.
Yeah, I mean, this was the biggest gift to Republicans. And if every single Republican, especially running for governor, if this doesn't become their number one issue, then they have no business being in politics. Because this is just it's already been over the past like 2 or 3 weeks. You've seen Republicans starting to tick up. If you look at the polling averages, essentially like they do the congressional, generic congressional ballot, Republicans are now up by like 3 or 4, I think, in that, and there's keep going up. That's just going to skyrocket. And that's not, who knows? Republicans could win. And then, lockdowns happened under Trump. This vaccine happened under Trump. So That's not to say that everything's all going to be amazing if Republicans win. But at least we have a chance. We got no chance with Democrats.
Yeah, exactly. Well, transitioning into the show. So this new show, guys, is Meme Wars. And it's going to be a short show. It's, 10, 15 minutes a week. Just something that we'll do on Fridays. And maybe go in addition, if Robbie Bernstein and I keep doing our hate watch, we'll put that on Fridays as well. But little extra fun. Maybe on episodes, maybe when we do hate watch, we'll just do it for our behind the paywall people. How's that sound, John?
Well, we'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't think we want to release 2 shows on a Friday, but yeah, it'll be. But pretty much the goal is to give you at least every week in the main feed. And yeah, we might have extra stuff in the bonus feed. The goal is to have pretty much 3 shows a week in our main feed. So we'll try to do that.
Exactly. So I'll share I don't know if you could call this a meme that I've just now created, but I tweeted this right before the show started. Basically, the famous phrase, "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum." Well, I've done a twist on it that says, "I'm here to push big pharma COVID vaccines and COVID hysteria, and I'm all out of COVID hysteria." That's basically what I looked at the CDC. They're out of COVID hysteria, so they can no longer push that shit. So instead, they need to mandate that we have our children be vaccinated. So that's my quick meme to kick the show off. Do you find any good ones today?
I have 2. One is similar to yours. It's just a picture with a caption that is absolutely hilarious. But we need to start making memes too as Lions of Liberty, people can just start giving us memes and we can claim them as our own.
I agree with that as well. I'm totally fine with stealing that intellectual property. I've put out a couple ones on our Instagram page. Like I had one that was that stupid Steven Crowder, tell me I'm wrong. I created a meme for that after, I can't remember what union thing pissed me off, but it was just basically saying, unions are just forced union dues are simply forced payments to super PACs. Tell me how I'm wrong, and that was a meme that I put out there, which again, tell me how I'm wrong,
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Well, here's what I got. Got our good friend Johnny Depp. So,
I thought that was an elderly woman at first.
Yes, it was exactly. It's a picture of Johnny Depp, clean shaven, and it says, "Beardless Johnny Depp is your aunt who gave you your first cigarette." Mental in parentheses. I don't really understand why they wrote that way.
Menthol. Probably menthol is what they mean.
Oh yeah, probably menthol. Yeah, that's a good point. She never married and has the same roommate in air quotes for 12 years. It's weird. Johnny Depp and Matthew McConaughey, like over the years, every year they look more and more like a old lesbian woman, and I'm not sure like what's happening there, but if it's hormones they're taking or I don't know, it's just a strange thing.
I hope that Johnny Depp and Matthew McConaughey, how like old lesbian couples sometimes get together because they both just made an agreement that if they were both single at age 50, they'd move in together and just like, we'll just live as best friends. That will be elderly lesbian Johnny Depp and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it'll be a great reality show too. And they'll probably both be in politics. McConaughey will be president and Johnny Depp can be, I don't know, his jester.
Yeah. All right, so I'll find. I'll share one that cracked me up just now. I was floating through. I don't know if this is how old this is, but I was on Liberty Memes and I saw this one, and it's a twist on the old. Where the fuck? Hold on. Where is the? Here it is. It's a twist on the old Aunt Jemima box, but it says they cancel Aunt Jemima, then put a black man dressed as a woman on Cheez-Its.
Wait, what? Is that real?
It's real. It's RuPaul was on the cover of a Cheez-Its box, like in this painted, kind of bizarro fashion, and I just like that was really, really funny.
Is RuPaul still alive?
Yeah, RuPaul's still out there. Yeah. His show's still on. Yeah, I think you've heard of RuPaul as a man, right? RuPaul doesn't identify as a female, I don't believe.
I guess because he is just dressing up in drag, but
right. And
I don't know. Everything's so confusing now. Like that does that exist anymore? Is that still something that men do? Go by he and dress up in drag, or they want to be women now? Right?
No. The drag. There is definitely a full drag culture that exists outside. I mean, drag culture always was separate from the whole trans identity thing. These were always men that were like, no, I am a man. And I'm dressing up as a woman. Like, they're very explicit like that. They might be gay, but they were still like, I'm a man. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing that RuPaul still is identifying as a dude.
Interesting. We'll get our interns on that to check it out. I got one more to share here. This is a good one. Might take a minute. So you got the famous scene from Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox when he's at the microphone, and he says during the movie, it's kind of hard to read this meme and explain the movie thing. Anyway, I'll just explain the meme. You guys have all seen Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox takes over, crushes it, playing some rock and roll music. Anyway, the meme says at the top, the Supreme Court when Roe versus Wade gets overturned. I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are going to love it.
That is genius. That's really, really funny.
I know. It takes a second to hit you, and then it's perfect, perfectly done.
That is brilliant. And then I'll share my last one here, which sadly is not as funny as that, but I was just cracking up because I guess John Fetterman, who I talked about on my show this week, I can't stand. He's such an ass.
Yeah, I saw this.
Oh, do you see this one? But it's so funny. So he's standing with Joe Biden, and he already he's got this kind of goofy small head and this giant body. But this dude, Matt's Idea Shop, and I guess he does it for the Daily Wire, he said, for every 50 retweets, I'll make Fetterman's head smaller. So it gets retweeted, and it's like, here's one. Here's the one. He's getting smaller.
That's amazing.
And then, hold on, let me see if I can go to the next one. And then another one, a little smaller. And it's like, imagine, you guys listening, imagine the scene in Beetlejuice where Beetlejuice's head just continues to shrink smaller and smaller. But it keeps getting all these retweets until the point where it's just his head on a piece of fabric, his head in the fabric, then within the strands into atoms. Fucking hilarious. And then the last one, it's like just the Big Bang. Fetterman's head is the only thing in space that it gets small enough to create the Big Bang. And then it's all just giant John Fetterman head planets. So I appreciated that.
That's pretty
awesome. The journey we were taking on in the meme world this year.
I wonder what got him to wear a suit, because Biden has visited Pennsylvania multiple times and campaigned with Fetterman. Do you think that somebody convinced him, said, you know what, John, maybe if you put on a suit, there's a couple old people who were holding out for you that weren't going to vote. Now, their wives can point out, see, John wore a suit, so you can vote for him, Jimmy. You think that he's going for that vote? Like, what's he possibly doing?
I think that, in truth, I think it has to do with this whole tiny head thing. I think they're like, all right, John, you look ridiculous in a suit with your little head. Why don't we have you wear a suit? So that's all everybody talks about, rather than the fact that you cannot understand the human language when people speak it, and that Joe Biden can't speak the human language anyway. And that's gonna distract. And it worked perfectly, because here we are talking about his tiny head.
I think that's it. He's trying to change the conversation. He's wearing a suit now. Everyone's talking about that. No one's talking about the bulge on the back of his neck or the fact that he can't form a sentence. So.
What is the bulge? It's like, is it going to be like Guado in Total Recall and just
start
talking?
Is it just me? But in that picture, it's like you can kind of see it. It's like it's so big. It's like you almost can see it from the front.
I agree. You almost can. It's like you can see it on the left-hand side, bulging behind his ear.
Yeah,
do you think he always thinks someone's sneaking up on him, and he's like, it's just my goiter. Ooh. Constantly. There's someone behind me. All right. Well, good first meme wars. Good meme. Good meme war today.
I like it. Good meme wars. Bye.
I think. Well, wait. I think from now on.
Too soon.
I think because the show is meme wars, I think what we should do is from now on, after every show, in our Lions of Liberty Facebook group, or maybe on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter's better. We will post the show and post a poll asking you whose memes were better, and that will be the war component of the meme wars.
I like it. If I don't win this one, then the whole thing is corrupt, and I don't trust it. But.
Clearly. All right. Bye.
See ya.